Howdy people, Catalina report number 2 here. Thanks for tuning in again, talking about business, machinery, tree service, stump grinding, grading, land clearing, the whole industry, service industry, how we get work, how I lost $4,000 this week. Stay tuned for this. We're going to include that right here, and basically the state of the market, like the flow of calls coming in, pricing, things like that. I'm going to talk about a few things here. Let's talk about the flow of things right now. Phone calls coming in, very busy week. It's July 3rd today, it's Sunday. Tons of calls coming in. This is the season. If you work outdoors, this is the season. If you're in landscaping, cutting grass, tree service machinery, this is the season. This is when people are getting work done. This is when things are growing fast. Like I'm telling you, down here in Florida, every time it rains, you will see growth pop up. Like behind my property here, there's like 10 acres back here. Grapevines everywhere, brush everywhere. And I'm telling you, like the rainy season, things just respond. This is when things grow fast. This is when you want to be selling your trimming jobs. This is when the phone's going to be ringing a lot. And usually we don't do little small trimming jobs, but when we do, I group together 3, 4, 5 jobs in a day for us to do. So think about that. Like don't be turning away too much work. If you can group it together, it's going to hit your daily quota, which you want to have. You kind of want to know what your daily number is to run, especially with fuel prices right now and the cost of material, cost of these things. These are both the two Vermeer 925s behind me. They're not at my shop right now. They've been going in and out on rental and stuff. I can get into that. I might not talk about that too much now, but I rent these out all the time, and I have another machine. I had third one, and then I just sold the 4th one. So I had 4 briefly. 1 came and gone fast, and I got 3. 2 are here right now. So let me tell you guys how I lost $4,000 this week, potentially $20,000 or $30,000. But we were booked on a job. I'm not going to say exactly where it was, but we were doing some machinery work, and I had some machines on site. We were cutting down some trees, and one of my guys, basically, I was directing him to get down some trees. Like there was a large cluster, and we were dropping trees and basically going to dice them up, stack the logs, and then forestry mulch the brush. And I told him where to start, like hit the trees that are wide open, trees like this that aren't going to fall into anything else. I said, hey, hit that area right there, start dropping them, go ahead, do your thing. So he went off, started cutting. I went to go hop on my excavator, and I could hear and see, you know, he started cutting in a different area. And I told him not to. And about 15 minutes in, like first 15, 30 minutes that I was on site at all, dropped a little bushy, wasn't even a full tree or anything, but dropped it on this rinky-dink little power line receiver. This is like a multiple acre property, getting tons of machinery work done. And apparently blew out like it exposed wires and blew out the box or something, and fried it. You know, like we let it be, and we kind of just continue working in another area, excuse me. And we heard a huge zap hit, and it fried the box and almost started a fire. The homeowner had to call FPL, and this is all like not that big of a deal in the scope of things. I'm just like, all right, whatever, keep running, guys. Like, we'll fix this. We fix many other things throughout the years. It's nothing. If you hit irrigation, you fix it. If you rut somebody's yard, you fix it. You can resod, you can grade the area, you can like touch things up, whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. We have thousands of dollars of work here. Let's just keep rolling. So throughout the day, we just keep rolling, cutting down trees, forestry mulch, and doing all his work. And an electrician came out, apparently got a hold of 2 like early in the day, and one of them said it'd be $1,000 to fix. He made another call, he said it'd be $1,200. Well, the first electrician to show up took a look at it, explained to me, he said this is going to be $2,850, $2,850. And I'm just like, okay, it's fine. I tell the homeowner, he's like, no, don't go with them, like, you know, it's going to be less than all this. And so when the electricians left, I was kind of talking with the homeowner here. And once they shut off the power and we can get closer and see, this box, the electricians, while they were there, said it was set up like 7 or 8 years ago. The wood was in bad shape. It wasn't very stable. It was not a long-term solution. It was meant to temporarily bring in power to like this guy's like little farm, ranch, whatever. There was like a trailer on site. He's trying to prep it into like a little farm or citrus grove or something like that. And I'm trying to reason with him. There was one screw holding up like this top beam that goes out to the main power line, and there was one screw and that's it. And I'm just trying to have like within reason. I'm like, look, we got tons of work here. Let's work this out. Here, let's get your power back on. Like, let's hire these people, or like, you know, can you pay half or something? Like for us to pay all this, like once we opened up the brush around it, it was old. It was needed to be replaced for the work he was getting done anyways, like to build on it and for his plans. And I'm just trying to have reason. And the guy had like a little ranch hand helper out there. And when we were talking all this, he jumped in and basically started disrespecting my guy who cut the limb over it. And I just kind of snapped on him. Like he like got loud with me like he was going to do something. I had a cowboy hat on. I threw it down. I threw down my glasses. And, you know, like that's not professional. But the thing is, you have to stand up for yourself. You have to stand up for your business. If you don't, who will? And that's just kind of how I live my entire life. If somebody comes after me or mine, my kids, my family, my friends, like I'm not having it. And he just got real mouthy. And so I'm talking with the homeowner and he's like, look, we got plenty of work here. Just take care of this. And I'm just thinking to myself, $3,000, like we are only charging $4,000 for the whole day, especially for the machinery we had out. That was a very good deal. Hey, I can't complain. $4,000 in a day. That's terrific. And I'm trying to reason with him. And this is in the afternoon. Like, you know, we had a couple more hours till the day was done. And between the whole factor, I just was not having it. I said, man, if this guy's going to act like this over something so small, be completely unreasonable, almost be looking for a way to like charge us or like not have to pay for something. I was like, man, I just don't want to work for this guy. I walked away after we had the spat with his little ranch hand help or whatever. I came back and I said, you know, I don't even want this guy's money. I don't need it. You know, it was a Friday. It was Friday that just passed. I was like, we don't need to be doing this. Told my guys, hey, round up. We're getting out of here. I'm not dealing with that. The guy was pleading with me, begging me, hey, look, we have so much stuff. Like, here's a little kicker that I didn't include here. This is very important to know. We inherited the job from another company that started there. This was a 5.5 acre property. And a lot of it was cleared already, but the company that was working on it was nowhere to be found, okay? And like kind of almost what we kind of thought about is if these people like got paid and just left and didn't want to deal with this guy and the way he acted and how he was just petty. And apparently the day before I was there, we did a whole nother day worth of work. We got paid for separately. That's not part of the 4,000. The day before, every single one of my guys, 5 of my guys said the guy was so picky. He was up their ass all day, giving them a hard time, micromanaging everything. When we get on site, we have a game plan, right? Like we know what we're doing. We know the overall goal and we just stick to doing that. So like, it was just a whirlwind of me really soaking in that situation, being like, you know what? We're pulling out of here. Here, you're going to keep your $3,000. Have it. I don't need it. My guys don't need it. And we're not going to get treated like that. It's just not what we do. So, very interesting situation. This never happened before. I left money on the table and was like, listen, here, you can pay for the electrical, call those guys back, take the $2,850 out, you're good, keep your money, we don't want it. And that's what we did. And I had to dwell on that all Friday. And yesterday was still a little bit fresh with me. Today, I woke up and I knew I made the right decision. Standing up for yourself will forever win. And you have to, especially being a business. You cannot let people walk all over you, especially when you have a written agreement. Like this should have all been resolved differently. And like I said, this guy was completely unreasonable. So that's my little story. I hope everybody else had like a good week. We didn't really do terrific, leaving 4 G's on the table. And like I said, we had days and days and days and days worth of work left. We are operating at several $1,000s per day. So like I said, maybe $20,000 to $30,000 I left on the table there. But to stand up for myself and my guys is almost priceless. So you live and you learn. 8 years in, it's never happened before. I ain't sweating it. I made money yesterday. I made money today. And I'm going to make money every single day. Tomorrow is the 4th. So use this time to get ahead, everybody. You know, I'm not going to say go schedule a job and get it done tomorrow, but make some calls. If it's the 4th and you're on the come up in business, you better be eager. You better be hungry to get ahead of other guys that are more established, because it's a cutthroat industry. We all know that. Like, it's cutthroat out here with people pricing so low, under market value, just trying to get every job. And that's not how I structure my work. So anyways, that's all I'm going to talk about for now. Thanks for tuning in. Catalina Report number 2, the 2nd episode. Subscribe, follow, like it, put comments if there's any things that you guys want to know, or any suggestions, advice if you guys want to know about this stuff. My F450 back here, literally that was already there. We had a fire last night in my fire pit, so we pulled up to drop some firewood, and I was like, wait, let's get all this in here. I don't think I moved anything to like get this shot. I just set up my chair and I'm like, all right, let's roll with it. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Follow, like, subscribe, whatever you guys got to do. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys be safe out there. God bless.